Hey everyone, welcome to my first ever preface. The reason for this is I recently went to Gary, Indiana, hence this video. And I just wanted to say that I was talking about going there for several months. And I just kept pushing it off and procrastinating. And the reason for that is because I was scared. I had seen several things online and mostly about it just being a dangerous place full of murder. And yeah, I was afraid to go there. After visiting, everything I saw online, it just wasn't true. It wasn't accurate. It wasn't the Gary that I saw. Yes, it had its abandoned locations, but a lot of that stuff's being renovated or torn down and new businesses are going in. And at no point did I feel like I was in danger. I met many locals while there. They were all really friendly, very welcoming. And I just feel bad for being afraid of going there. A few times in the video, I do say some things about Gary, and I just want you to know this video now is being recorded a week after visiting, and my entire views and opinions on Gary, Indiana have shifted immensely. But Gary is a place I would likely visit again. It's right on Lake Michigan near Indiana Dunes National Park. They got the entire national lake shore right on their Michigan border, or Lake Michigan border. And it was just a really nice town, and it had its downfall after the fall of the Industrial Revolution, which is sad, but I saw that they are steadily rebuilding, and the people there, they're strong and they are proud, and they deserve their second chance. Anyway though, let's go ahead and hop into this video, starting at the First Methodist Church. Hey, how's it going everyone? Today we drove 4 hours to Gary, Indiana. It's been long waited. I've been saying I've been coming here for the past like 3 or 4 months and kept pushing it off, but finally made it on a day that is 97 degrees out and feels like 106 with the heat index. But nonetheless, here we are, starting off this journey at the City Methodist Church. So upon entering the church, we are greeted by this huge cathedral. And I think I may do some drone shots of this, so if I end up doing that, please drop a comment and say, "Nice drone shot, Cody." Much appreciated. I think one of my favorite things is that the stained glass, not all of it, but most of the stained glass is still up on that window. Fun fact, this church did shut down in 1975 and has been vacant for over 50 years. Well, I guess exactly 50 years. So really cool though, that the stained glass, even here, some of that glass is still here, over 50 years old. So we thought we heard that somebody was sleeping in here. So I grabbed a case of water out of my car in hopes that we can give them to some thirsty people. Boy, is it hot out today. The place is pretty huge. But yeah, we thought we saw someone in here, so I ran out to my car and grabbed a case of water. Haven't seen anyone yet. I just set it in the cathedral area. See anybody in here in need of water, for sure let them know where it's at. You guys can't see me. Maybe I'll change that for a quick second. But my face is dripping water. I'm sure you can't see it because my hair is covering it, but it is hot out. Wow, I almost missed winter. Yo, there's a basement in the church. That's pretty cool. Fortunately, these stairs don't exist, but I'm gonna see if I can't find another way down there because I love basements. I don't know why. There's a lot of flies in here. So it gives me what am I looking for? Not The Omen. Is it The Omen? It's either that or Arch Dandy. What is that movie? You took me to where they filmed it. The Exorcist steps. Oh, The Exorcist. Gave me The Exorcist vibes. There's this balcony here, and I'm gonna try finding the stairs even though they're right here. Oh, this is so cool right here. Wow. Like a tunnel. 3 other people just walked in and got me by surprise, but always gives me a little bit more confidence when there's other explorers inside these buildings. Just feels safer. This is so cool. This is reminding me of Ohio a lot. This is so cool. I want to check out this little projector room. I'm assuming what it used to be. Nice. Other set of stairs down. I wanted to go out that door, but there's a lot of cars driving by, so I'm gonna pass on that. So as I'm up here on this balcony, I just noticed something right above that door in this dead center. Let me go down there and see if I can get a better shot of that. Little teddy bear. What might this be? Oh my God. They got an intact toilet. Being 50 years abandoned, that is impressive. I think this is another bathroom right here. There's the water for it. Plus it's pink. Also really cool. Pink is over 50 years old. Probably means lead paint. So as always, don't eat the paint chips. This place is just like unbelievably large. Oftentimes I like to just let my mind wander what these rooms used to be used for. And like, this church is so big, and I don't go to church, so I don't even know what I could say, like, because we're on the second floor and it's just a huge, I don't know, maybe just like a little chill area. Before service, you'd come here, have benches and talk amongst your peers. There is an upper level, but these stairs don't look promising. But this garden hose does. I'm gonna see if I can't find another way up though. Interesting. Don't really know where I am, or do I? This is that small cathedral. So we came up here, walk straight back this way, back to the bunker, make a right. I don't think there's any relics left of this being a church other than the stained glass. One of the last churches I was at found biblical songbooks. I think that was pretty cool. But looking at the state of this place, I don't think we're gonna find anything such as that. Although here's another stair set that will take us to the third floor. Right after, watch me fly my drone into this fabric later. I just really love the architecture. So here's the third floor. It's becoming a lot cooler, but I mean, there's a lot more openings above us, so less needing of a flashlight or natural light. There are signs of possibly people living here, I'd say. Cool little fireplace here though. Oh, all right, so we're still on the third floor and working our way to the roof. Heck yeah, look at this. I wish people didn't kill each other. So what I saw though that made me want to come up to this side. It's this catwalk here. It looks to be about a 3-story drop. I'm gonna go quickly. Dang. But yeah, I was just curious what all this stuff over here was, because you can't access this through the downstairs. Man, this is, I keep saying it, I'm sorry, but this is so sick. This area over here feels especially special. Sorry if that sounded redundant, but like, it's just secluded from the rest of the church by like access. The only way is to go across that roof, a catwalk, after climbing over rubble. I feel like this area is probably a little less explored, but wow, this is a really cool shot right here. So we started off on like way over in that side and explored all of that. We can't get up into that tower. That's the one thing that sucks. I would love to find a way into that tower. I think on our way out, I'm gonna try finding a way, because that's in the back of the main cathedral. But I think it would be really cool being on the top of there. Also, I'm gonna apologize in advance if some of my audio is wind muffled. I forgot to put in my little windsock. And we're really close to the windy city of Chicago, and it's also really windy here. Making my way back to the catwalk. You know what? Came up this way to the roof. Can I go this way? Because that would put me on the right side for that cathedral. I think it's worth taking a look at least, right? This is nothing. But what is this? This is a fire escape. Dang. Okay, never mind. Man, this is so cool. It's just like, it's ruins of a church. I think this is probably one of my favorite churches. I mean, I really like the history of the small church in Wisconsin I went to, but this one's just a whole different level of church. This was once the largest Methodist church in the United States, or the Midwest, actually, Midwest. So we are currently trying to cross this debris pathway because I really want to see the tower, and I do think this is the only way to it. Wow, this is really cool. It might not be much, but seeing lockers, it makes this place more real. You know, it gives this place more of a soul, a heart, conscience, or we used to have. Seeing stuff that people used to use in this building, it's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna try to go upwards a little bit. This isn't looking promising thus far. Don't want to push my luck too much, but this is why we crossed that pathway. I think I'm almost to the tower, because the tower is right here. Dang, it doesn't go any further. Or does it? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my camera here, I'm gonna hand it to someone else to film me getting up. And once I get up, I'll have them hand it back to me. All right, I know he doesn't want to do it, but go ahead and throw me the camera.
That's what I didn't want happening.
Thank you. Oh my God. This is pretty insane. I don't know if video captures how cool this is, but it is really cool being up here because I look straight down. This is that main cathedral. There is one more ladder right there that I really wanted to try climbing, but technically I could go to that beam. It's about 3 feet over, or I could climb over these windows. But again, this is a high risk, low reward, I think. So I'm gonna pass on it. All right, well, I think we're gonna go ahead and head down from here, get back out of the car and head over to the next spot. We had a few locations lined up for Gary, Indiana. We had this church, we got a high school, I believe it was, and then there's a hospital. Now, you might see little sweaty, maybe, I don't know. But heading back down to the second floor. One more to go and then we are out of here. Alrighty, we did make it back to freedom. Thought we were turning into Silent Hill in there, being stuck forever. All right, leaving the church, heading to either hospital or school, not sure yet. Saw this building here on the corner, and I'm not even gonna try going inside. I just wanted to point out, like, the windows are boarded up, and there's like blacked out sheets of plywood with like planets and stars painted on them, and I think that's really cool. Look at that, that's awesome. And then this one here, got an astronaut hanging out. How fun is that? So right now we're just kind of driving through like some of the vacant neighborhoods. And I just thought this is cool here. That's clearly an old abandoned house, but I can see in through the windows and they're doing some new framing. I know a while back they had this thing going on where you could buy a house here for like $1 and they're full restoration projects, but even here's another nifty little abandoned house, doors wide open. Probably picked that up for like 20 bucks, you know? Well, we just made it to the old hospital. Found front row parking. This might be one of the easiest access points I've ever seen. Fire extinguisher, cool. Wow, that's neat. They still have like the old privacy sheets hanging up. That's cool. How cool is this? Still got the sink and cabinet right here. Biohazard box on the wall. That's awesome. Somebody brought a couch from home. One thing to note about this old hospital is that it is actually connected to the police department. Like, there is a police department connected to this hospital that is in use. So getting in and out, we gotta be really fast and make sure we're not seen, because if somebody called that in, I feel like they'd get here pretty quickly. As always, I do have to take a quick look in here. Ooh, nope. That toilet is still standing. That one is not. Oh, cool, we got toilets. One highlight in this hospital that I really want to see is the morgue. Got the bed, privacy sheet still hanging up in here too. It's really eerie, it's just floating in the wind. Spooky. So, not really sure what this is, but there's a window here. Looks out. I wonder if this could have been maybe like an x-ray room. No, probably like some kind of waiting room and then check-in desk or some sort. I'm not really sure. I don't even go to the hospital, so I can't even speculate. All right, so we're currently backtracking a little bit. Yeah, because right here there's a set of stairs, and I think this looks like a safe stair set to continue up higher. Okay, right now I'm inside of an old elevator, and right here we have to be really quiet. That building is the police department. I don't know about you guys, but this is one of the sketchier places I've been to. Just with it being connected to the jail, or I'm sorry, connected to the police department, just makes it that much more sketchy. Not really sure what this would have been here. Probably a maintenance shop. Here's a bunch of old like pipe hangers and stuff. Just a drawer of hardware. A bunch of books here. Not sure if these were brought here or if they're original. They're really clean though, so I don't really know. 1972 is a year on it. So this is probably original. Absorption cold generator. Refrigeration products. Yeah, that's probably something used here inside of this hospital. That's really cool to find this here. All right, I think we found more stairs that go down here. So yeah, we're in the basement now, and I don't think this tunnel here goes anywhere. Just closed off right there, cemented shut. So I'm gonna continue backwards through this basement because we're trying to find the morgue. We did find some things dated 1972. That gives us probably a rough estimate when this place shut down. Looks like this is maybe like a coal burner here for heat for the hospital. I could crawl into here, how cool would that be? Yeah, no sign of a morgue yet, though, I don't think. More breaker panels here. Bunch of glass right here. I didn't check out this room, but I think it's just a little locker room here. Yeah. Oh, here's like an old air hose. It's kind of neat. So We're in this office in the basement now, and there's all these parking slips, all these orange sheets of paper, parking slips for the previous employees. And it has like the year and make and model of their vehicles. I don't want to get their names in them, so I'll read some to you, but got a 1983 Chevy Citation, 1986 Pontiac Grand Am, 1979 Toyota, 1980 Oldsmobile Cutlass, 77 Chevy Malibu. There's just so many. I can't even read all of them, but that's a really cool find for down here. Yeah, I think we're just in the powerhouse of the hospital right now, though. I'm not thinking this takes us to the morgue. I think we got to go up and down on a different side of the hospital to get to the morgue. All right, so we're currently going up a different way than we came down. All right, what is that? Man, that's funny. I just heard these blinds flapping in the wind and I thought there was someone up here. This room looks like it's still in like decent shape here. That's the jail, or I'm sorry, the police department right there, so I'm not gonna go into this room. But like the carpet and the walls look really decent in here. It's kind of weird. And the rest is just this. We are determined though to find the morgue. That's what we're on the search for right now. Unfortunately, on the search, it somehow brought us to the second floor and the wrong wing of the hospital, I'm pretty sure. So I think we're gonna have to retrace our steps to where we started. Stairs are a little sketchy here. Dang, somebody left a lawnmower here. Yeah, I think we gotta head back down to the basement and go up the way we came. Making my way downstairs, dun, 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 looking for the morgue. Dun, 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 dun. Man, this place is just creepy. It has a smell, a smelly smell. Smell that smells smelly. Now, I didn't look over here before, so there is a chance that the morgue could be down here in just an area that we haven't explored yet. So before we head back up, let's just check everywhere. Like this long underground tunnel. Yeah, it's a dead end here, so we'll go back this way. It's just interesting because right here is an elevator, and this is long enough to fit a gurney. So like, I think it would make sense to be here, wouldn't it? I mean, there is something over here, but I can't see. So this is what I thought, but this is really weird. There's stairs and it just goes to a bricked up wall. This is sealed shut and there's another access point in. When you hear noises in the basement of an abandoned hospital, I think it means you go up. All right, now we're gonna try backtracking as far as we can by memory. To be honest, I'm a little lost right now, but this place is pretty huge. Cool. And this puts us in the hallway again with the police department. This is where we gotta be quiet and stay low. Inside the elevator, out of the elevator. We're back on the first floor. So now we just gotta find a stair set that takes us one more level down. Oh wow. Employee health services, physical therapy, counting, payroll, elevators. Wonder if the other side says something different. No, it don't. Nonetheless though, that's a cool sign. We're going down a ramp right now. It's really cool down here though, so I think we're heading towards a basement. It just went from like 90 degrees to no degrees. Weird. There's a really cold breeze, like cold breeze coming through this hole right here. This entire wall is blocked off. I don't know if the camera does it justice, but this place feels dangerous. I think we found it. I don't know. I feel like this is just another heat unit, but I mean, there's just a smokestack coming out of it. But the door is too small, I don't get it. It doesn't go deep enough, but it does look like there's ash in here, doesn't it? I just feel like it's not quite big enough though. I mean, there's just one exhaust coming out though. And here's probably where they would feed it with heat. But I don't know. It resembles kind of like a morgue, possibly morgue, don't know. All these old wooden cabinets, it's incredible to see. Still in pretty good condition other than the windows being broken. It's awesome. I have no perspective of where we're at or even how to exit this place. It is just unbelievably large. Yeah, I feel like something like this is warmer to what a morgue should be, like a nice big open space like this. I don't think that last room was it, I really don't. But I feel like we're getting warmer. Not quite, still not it. Yeah, we're not really having any luck finding the morgue, unless that was it. Toilet. toilet. Just one bench in here. Just weird bench seating in here. This feels like probably a waiting room. A waiting room for the bathroom. Interesting. Here's another stair set. It takes us down, but it doesn't go anywhere. Oh, we got another cool breeze coming through here. All right, go this way for sus. This might be it. There's like cryptic graffiti here. Enter if you dare. Yeah, it's hard to read, but this for sure used to say enter if you dare. So I'm thinking this is gonna take us to the morgue. We've been here. It's gotta be here somewhere. It's gotta be. Yeah, we've circled, I think, every hallway and nearly every room in here. All right, yeah, we're gonna make our way out of here, and we might stop at a school if we can find it. I know that there is an abandoned school here, probably many. It's just finding the coordinates to it. But we'll give it an effort before we head out, and hopefully we'll see you guys soon. So right now, we've just arrived to the high school here. And man, these have some easy access points. Oh my God, drums. I do only have 36% battery left in my camera, so we're gonna make this stop quick, in and out, check it out, leave. We're gonna go do some non-Urbex visiting while we're here in Gary. First impressions, the floor's wet, and this place is stinky. Oh, this is really cool. I love this. The chalkboard is still here. That's really cool just to see the chalkboard here, and they even got the desks over here too, or at least a couple, no, not desks, but chairs. I think this must have been in the art room here because they have like a bunch of paint bottles and oh my God, look at this. There is what used to be a piano. I wonder if it still makes noises. I don't know what happened to the other half of it, but I think this is the third or fourth time I found a piano in an abandoned building, and it makes me happy. This high school has more of a morgue vibe than the hospital. Oh, here's the rest of that drum set right here. And we're going up. Wow, look at all the desks in here. This is so cool. It's just like, stuff like this is what gives these old buildings, you know, its character, its life. It tells you a story of what its purpose used to be, rather than just being an empty, decaying building, but all the desks and chairs. It gives the building, you know, its history. It's telling us the story of Horace Mann High School. When you thought that was it, look at this. There's paperwork for days in this room. It's like all the old art projects from the students in here. This is awesome. A baby's work is never done. I like this one. It's got little turtles on there. Jaws XX. Oh, I get it. Like 3 o'clock, because that's when you get to leave school. How funny. A student was a jokester. Not sure what this one is. Oh, it looks like buildings with like hopscotch or something in the foreground. That's neat. That is really cool though. Get out, stay out. I don't know what this one means. There's a fire hydrant and the sun. Not following, but creative nonetheless. So I'm starting to think this may have been the art room here. Maybe this is where like the naughty students get seated, just inside the cabinet, you know, so they can't leave. Leaving the art room. All the paperwork left, all the homework, never reached home. I keep hearing sirens. It's making me scared that they're coming for us, but then I realized that we're in Gary. Thus far in Gary, I've actually been having a good experience. It's not as scary or intimidating as I thought it would be. Where do the creepy stairs go? Making my way downstairs. Dun, 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 dun. These stairs are a little sketch feeling, a little wobbly, but we made it to the bottom. And I feel like this door's not gonna open, but no, it do. Oh my God, this place is huge. I don't know, but this looks like it was the kitchen probably. Yeah, I think we might have found the morgue of the high school. Yep, this is the morgue door here. What is this? I think that's a walk-in refrigerator, along with maybe a walk-in freezer, or vice versa. Here are the only lockers we found thus far in this high school, but it looks like employee lockers. So we're gonna go and continue onward. I wanna see that room. It's really bright and there's a bunch of graffiti. Looks neat. This is probably the cafeteria. Look at this graffiti. Those eyeballs coming out of his mouth. I'm not even sure what that is. It's really cool though. I love it. Then you got this guy smoking a cigarette. There's just somebody walking outside that door. We're gonna go away from that door. Also, for the record, these are my favorite Cheetos, the cheddar jalapeno. It's like the saying, you know, what would you do for a Klondike bar? But it's what would Cody do for a bag of cheddar jalapeno Cheetos? And this is where Freddy Krueger lives. This is the boiler room. Just like, the sparks are flying. I don't know if I should be trusting this catwalk as much as I am, but it ends right here. But I don't know, it's really cool in here, nice and chilled. Cool off for a minute, because it is hot out today. Last I checked, it was 105 with the heat index. Really cool in here, temperature-wise. Also, very interesting. And immediately step back into here, and I am melting again. Oh my God, this is giving Chernobyl vibes. Pripyat, the big pool in the high school there. I've never been, but that is one of my dream explorations. Pripyat, you know, in Ukraine. Fortunately, I don't think that's gonna happen for a little bit, if ever. I hear the reactor is busted open again after an accidental missile was sent into it, question mark. How cool, cool. There's little bleacher stands here on the side too. The ceiling just dripped on me. It is so hot in here that this ceiling is sweating. There's like a haze in here, what is that? I don't think it's asbestos because it doesn't look like particles, it looks like moisture. All right, now we are on the search for the auditorium, but first we're gonna make a pit stop at the gym. This is awesome. Oh my God. Fighting Horsemen, IHSAA track and field state champs, 1990 and 91. Probably close to that year is when they folded these bleachers in for the last time. Boy, is this awesome to see in real life, in person. You know, I've seen videos and pictures of this place, but finally coming here and actually experiencing it firsthand, it is an insane experience. There's a cardboard cutout here. I wonder who it is. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, there's so many spiders. I don't know who that is. Anybody knows who that is? Let me know. Man, I wish I had like a basketball, you know? Shoot a hoop in here one last time for the former students of Horseman High School. I love it here. This is the kind of place that makes it all worth it. Traveling several hours to Duds and cross several state lines to go see single houses, but once in a while it does pay off and you find cool places like this, and that's why we do this. Right here are boxes. Oh my God. These are all boxes of old high school textbooks. Here's a grammar and composition book, literature, algebra, world history. These are just all old textbooks. It's actually really sad that they didn't get repurposed, and now I'm sure none of these are salvageable because they're melting with this water. This is all a pond right here. I can't really go any further if you can't tell. Just an update though, my battery is pretty low, so if it dies, it's gonna be at the end of this school, and we'll go ahead and get out of here. This is cool though. They got a bunch of maps in this room. This map looks really clean. This book is probably salvageable. Yeah, it's clean. It's damp. Like I can feel the pages. They're very moist and fragile, but all right, let's elevate that one. Let's keep that one off the floor. That's cool though. What is this? Europe, maybe? Holy Roman Empire. Oh, this is 1300 in the 10th and 11th centuries. Growth of Christianity to 1400. Wow, that's really cool. I really love like maps and geography. One of my favorite pastimes is just scrolling like Google Earth, obviously finding locations like this, but I just love traveling. Maps are fun. So just seeing all this stuff left in this school, it's both sad and fascinating to see it in its decay. Sorry for this video quality here. My camera did die, but we just found lockers. God, this is so bad. Just wanted to show off these cool lockers, and if we find the auditorium, I'll do a short clip in there, but then I'll be back on my Insta360. Y'all have that 4K again, not this iPhone fake 4K. All right, I swear this is the last low quality clip of this video, but look what we found. Auditorium. And we got some good lighting in here, so the video quality is actually not that bad this time. This is awesome. It's right here. We're on, I think this is the 3rd floor. Bunch of lockers here. Lockers tipped over. Cool to see. And just this grand entrance to the auditorium. Man, this school is, just like everywhere else we visited in this town, this school is massive. And yeah, we made it to the top floor. So this is it. We've seen everything. It goes in a big square, as you can see. But then it also wings off really far that way. Here we are, backstage. Here's another really big room here. Wow. There's a stairway right there. I'm trying to find a way, but there's only one doorway right there to get in there. So we gotta find a way to get up. Now I wanna see where that goes before we leave here. Yeah, my flashlight's dead, my camera's dead, so just bear with this quality. Once we're out of here, 4K again. Making my way upstairs. Dun, 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 dun. Getting my steps in today, I tell you. Well, not really sure what this is at all. There's a car here on the school property. I think that probably is our cue to leave. And you know what? This twisted T right here. Yeah, that is our cue to leave. I want a car on the property, that's not us, and a twisted T. Those are all the key signs that we've overstayed our welcome. All right, we're working our way to the exit of the school. I will see you guys at our next stop. Right now, it is still really hot, really windy, but this is one of the last couple stops I wanted to make on this trip, and I gotta do it politely from a distance. But it's this house here that's gated off that has a sign that says no parking, police orders. And what this house is, this is Michael Jackson's childhood home. I think that is one of the coolest things ever. Definitely gonna be very polite and just walk on the sidewalk. I bet they get a lot of visitors considering that the windows have like metal sheets over them, but it looks very well kept. Oh, this is cool actually. I didn't even see this until now, but a bunch of locks. Wow, look at all these locks on here. That is insane. All the writing and notes left for him. Yeah, Jackson 5, old household. How cool. But yeah, there's this like abandoned high school right here. We're not gonna go in, but I'm gonna shoot the drone through this football field because there's like a bunch of graffiti on the bleachers, and then we're gonna go find this mural of the Jackson 5 somewhere here in Gary, Indiana, and then we're out of here back north to Wisconsin. All right, here we are back at it, and this is our final stop of this trip, and it's the Jackson 5 mural. How cool is this? It's not the original mural. The original one was decommissioned and torn down back in 2020, but they put up this new one. So there's a lot of misconceptions that I've seen about Gary, Indiana, and more often than not, I see people calling this a modern day ghost town. And I think this is far from a ghost town. The population here is 66,700 and a few odd and end numbers. But that's an honest size. That's like 7 times larger than my hometown, which is pretty insane for being a ghost town, if you ask me. Yeah, there's a lot of abandoned places, but it happened after the Industrial Revolution ended. But this town used to be the founder of like the steelworks of the Midwest. And after the Industrial Revolution ended, you know, it just had a steady decline, which is unfortunate, but they're steadily growing again. And like, look at this downtown here. We're about to go check out this Tiny's coffee bar because we got about a 3.5 hour drive home, and I can go for some local coffee. So one of my favorite things to do is to Google fun facts, and one of the fun facts I learned about Gary, Indiana is Frank Sinatra once canceled a $10,000 gig back in, I believe it was the 50s, and he did it to come here and support the adolescents and the youth in their protesting. I forget what the protesting was for, but it was something to do with like reopening the schools after a shutdown, and I just thought it was really cool. Frank Sinatra came here to support the local youth. So that is one of the fascinating facts. The other one is Michael Jackson being from here. Like, that's insane. Like, the king of pop from Gary, Indiana. And honestly, I don't care what anyone says, but this place here is kind of beautiful. The people here are amazing. I've had actually a lot of interactions and encounters with the locals, going into a couple stores, gas stations, and they were the friendliest people I've ever met. Like, we stopped at a grocery store and at least 5 ladies stopped me just to like make comments about my tattoos, and they were very polite and just asked questions about it. And I don't know, I love it here. The abandoned's really cool, and the life here, it's living, you know? Right here, we got a bike shop. This is right downtown. There's a, what is this? Health, wellness, juice bar, yoga, tea, and local honey. They are closed right now. You know, it is like 8 p.m. on a Saturday. And right now we're on this really nicely paved bike trail. And I do see right up here, there's a little steeple. Look at this place. It's kind of adorable. But I do want to get back this way and go check out the Tiny's coffee shop. Also, I want to add that anybody that is looking for the Jackson 5 mural, it is actually really hard to find, at least for me. But if you punch in Tiny's coffee shop in Gary, Indiana, it is right across the street in the parking lot of the laundromat. Fresh bagels, sandwiches, and sides. That's cool. But I don't know, it's weird because I was really scared to come here. I was intimidated. I thought I would get jumped or robbed, and that was wrong of me. Because this place is a safe place. It used to be the #1 most dangerous city in America. And present day, it's not even in the top 10 list of most dangerous places of Indiana, let alone the United States. Right across the street here is Tiny's Coffee Bar. That's where we're heading next.
Coming live from the heart of Miller Beach, Indiana. I found out about Miller 23 years ago, and both my mother and my father used to swim on the beach here in Miller Beach. And like a local small community, like it was big, their parents came to Miller Beach. This place was founded by all Swedish immigrants of less than 1,000 here in Miller proper, the town. It got engulfed into the city of the century, Gary, a number of years ago. Had a white flight, but as you can see, everyone mingles very well now. One of my good friends, Matt, and his family, it's like nothing. But that's more of my upbringing, because I was an upper middle class kid. We didn't see color. We saw the blindness of what race and socialism and bad capitalism can do. I would say this was the main heartbeat of a restaurant, Tiny's. This was the strongest restaurant. Now this is coming back. So this is my favorite part of this place, is the patio, that they kind of made it lively and that. They put in a couple $1 million fixing this place up, and it's fantastic. And it's attracting the likes of you guys from, 500 miles away? And that's really cool, you know.
Well, finally made it to Tiny's Coffee Shop after interviewing one of the locals. I don't have any more words to say, other than this isn't what I expected. Not only do they have coffee and alcohol, but they also have all of these board games. I mean, when we started the day and we started heading to Gary, I didn't expect to end it in a little cafe downtown Gary, Indiana. I thought it was gonna be abandoned places and like nothing but issues and problems, but I love it here. I love Gary, Indiana. Gary, Indiana is awesome.
So I love Gary. I moved here because my family was here. I used to be a park ranger out here. I just love the area. I just realized that I moved around a lot. I lived in Kansas City, I lived in Missouri, I lived in Michigan. I used to travel for work, and so I would go to like 20 states a year. And so one day I realized I was like only like 22 or something. I was like, man, I love Chicago. And then my family was like 35 minutes out of Chicago on the beach in Gary, and it's like, well, it's Gary. And then after like going back and forth for a while, like I've really fallen in love with the area. Miller's like the little edge of Gary. I think we've got like 7 miles of beach. We've got the national park. You know, I think there's like 5 beaches that are listed by the national park now. They just took over our actual lakefront. So we're really happy about that. Tiny's. We opened it about 1.5 years ago. It was a lot of help from a lot of people. All my friends help us build it. They're all there to really support me, and my family. We did the tile. We took apart a bowling alley from a little bit down the way, like 35 minutes from here, and that's what we built the bar out of. So all the trim kit and the tables are built out of that. I liquidated printing press factories back in the day, so we have like thousands of pounds of metal and gears and cogs and track, and so some of the things that hold up the actual bowling alley and the front windows are printing press legs. So like, yeah, we've like really tried to incorporate rustic stuff. I think that slowly but surely, like all these little businesses that you see popping up on the beaches in different communities in Gary, it'll eventually hit critical mass, and people will start to move back here and realize that like it's worth the investment, it's worth their time.
Do you have any comment or message that you want to tell people like me before I came here? People that are afraid or intimidated?
Yeah, I mean, come to Gary to go on vacation. I mean, there's 110 Airbnbs on the lake. I mean, this is like a beach town. Like some of these places sleep 18 to 22 people. Like you want to go see something wrecked, cool. There's plenty of stuff you can go see wrecked. You know, I would definitely suggest you be careful. There are some very dangerous areas, people, but that's everywhere. Obviously, tread lightly, be courteous, but like also go to the national park. There's 40 miles of beach. You can actually go to all the different beaches. Like there's beautiful beach towns 10 minutes from here, you know? So I would just suggest that people reconsider what they think about Gary, because yes, it's the armpit of Lake Michigan, yes, okay, but we are the last town besides Benton Harbor, which is in Michigan, that hasn't been developed. So everything else has been redeveloped and built up. So we're next. So whether they want it or not.
Alrighty, so we just left Tiny's Coffee Bar. I got my latte. I think it's delicious. And interviewed the owner of the coffee shop and one of the regulars. So thank you much for that, guys. Alrighty, so this is the last of the video. Our camera's at 7%, so I'm hoping I'm able to finish it before it dies, but we just left Tiny's and talked with the owner for a bit, and he recommended us to come check out the National Lake Shore right here. So my camera just died. I completely forgot what I was saying, but if we look off in this direction, you can see the skyline of Chicago. It's still really hot out. It's like 97 degrees out, so we're gonna go ahead and hop in the car and head back to Wisconsin. But I do wanna say, Gary, Indiana is not what I expected. Part of it was abandoned, a lot of it is full of life. People are here, friendlier than ever. I just felt like I was at home here. It felt like a small touristy town. And technically, it is, because off in this direction to my right is Indiana Dunes National Park. And as the owner Tanya said, there's many Airbnbs, a lot of sea sports here right on National Lake Shore, Michigan. Lake Michigan, Lake of Michigan. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. I appreciate you guys watching. Please hit like, drop a comment if you have any questions. And please be sure to hit subscribe to stay up to date with my future content. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.